My name is Crystal Petrie, and you are watching the Crystal Petrie Consulting Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I'm going to continue my review on a Netflix series, Colin in Black and White, created by Colin Kaepernick and Ava DuVernay. In episode 3, I had a lot of OMG, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it moments throughout the entire episode. In this episode, it really highlights and shows Colin as a baseball player. And a lot of times, I know for me, we hear about Colin Kaepernick as an NFL quarterback so much that people forget that he was a stellar baseball player, a baseball pitcher at that. And he could have easily went pro in baseball over football. But of course, he chose football. In episode 3, it shows Colin going to baseball tournaments and baseball games and showing him just being absolutely amazing as a pitcher in the game of baseball. Colin is starting to see the difference in the treatment between him and his white baseball players and even his white friends. He is starting to see how he is profiled every single time he walks into a hotel, but no one else is. He is profiled when he grabs a free cookie, but his white friends are not. He is questioned about an apple, a free apple, but his white baseball players are not. So he's starting to see and feel the difference in how he's treated. And the worst part about it is he has no help and no support. Because again, Colin Kaepernick is biracial. He was adopted by white parents. And it's very evident in this episode that the two live in completely different worlds. So the world that Colin is living in is completely different than the world that his white adoptive parents are living in. So when Colin tries to go to his parents and express to them how he's feeling and how he's being treated, they don't see it. They don't understand it. And they don't understand it because they can't understand it. This stuff and these microaggressions that are happening to Colin, they're not happening to his white adoptive parents. So they can't understand what he is going through. And most of the time, what normally happens when Colin is confiding into his parents, they agree with the white people in the hotel. They agree with the white coaches or the white players. They never agree with Colin, and they never support him because they don't understand what he is going through. It's a horrible time to me for Colin to experience this. And let's not forget, this guy's a teenager. He's in high school, having to deal with this and go through this all by himself. He had no support system. Now, the climax of this episode 3 comes at the very end. Colin is swimming in the pool. A hotel manager comes up to him and says, "Congratulations on winning the baseball championship." So they talk about it, and then the hotel manager says, "You are one of the good ones." And so Colin kind of looks at him like, okay. And they kind of go back and forth about that comment that the hotel manager tells Colin. And then the hotel manager gets upset and says, "Well, I meant it as a compliment." And then Colin politely says, "It's not a compliment." And I want to take a moment right now to say these backwards compliments are not compliments. Things such as, "You are one of the good ones." That's not a compliment. "You are so well read." That's not a compliment. You are very articulate. That's not a compliment. Please stop it with the backwards compliments. They are not compliments at all. And something else that happens in this scene, this is the first time that we see Colin speaking up and speaking out for himself when he's faced with bigotry, when he's faced with prejudice. He speaks up and he speaks out. It's the first time he does it. But as we all know, it is not the last time he does it. Join me as I give you a review of episode 4. That's coming up. Now, comment down below if you have watched this series, Colin in Black and White. Let me know what you think. Let me know your takeaways. Subscribe to my channel and don't forget, like this video.